Okay.
Alrighty.
Are you still recording?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I talk a little bit about the little kid I follow with cancer?
No, that's fine. Let me grab a beverage, and
Okay.
I will be right back.
Sure.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Enough wasting time. Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening. We sure do appreciate all of our listeners and followers and all the downloads we've been getting. It sure has been great. You can always check us out at twolikableguys.com. You can find us on most major podcast platforms. Josh, how are you doing today?
Doing all right, brother. How are you doing?
Doing okay. I have some very interesting information.
Well, lay it on us.
Well, I usually like to start out with something humorous, but today I'm going to be a little more serious because this is a serious deal. Um, I have been, I'm not hooked, but I watch a little bit of TikTok and I make a few little videos. And I'm not that popular on there, but I really enjoy watching the other people. And so, evidently, TikTok's algorithms work in a way where if you like a video with a certain thing in it, you'll see other videos of certain things in it. So, if you say like dancing videos, well, I'll show you all of the little dancing videos. Well, I came across a video of someone that was born without a hand. And I was like, that's really interesting. They're really doing well. It looks like they're doing good. I want to encourage them. So I'm going to follow their page. All right. The next day, a few more amputees showed up and I liked them. I felt the same. I was like, good for you. You're doing great. You've got a disability or a handicap of sorts, and you're pushing through it, and you're doing great. So now I get on there, and my page is all amputees or people who have lost limbs, which
That's
is okay.
that's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Just trying to make a little funny in there. You're getting all serious
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, so it's kind of overwhelming now. So
I imagine so.
I tried to switch up and start liking different videos, and then one of um, a child with brain cancer came across, and I thought that is terrible. I have a 16-month-old at home, and seeing another kid go through this, it was heart wrenching and just to think what their parents are going through. So I liked his page and like some of their videos. So now when I get on TikTok, I see every kid that has cancer or brain cancer, and it is overwhelmingly sad.
Man.
It is so rough. But I feel like I need to be strong for them. It's kind of ridiculous. But I want to encourage, all that come across. But one of the little boys, actually, there's two little boys that have I don't know, just really pulled at my heartstrings. Um, One of them has quit responding to treatment, and now they're just trying to live out his life as happy as he can. He's had some make a wish stuff go on. Has very supportive parents and supportive siblings, um, and I'll mention his hashtag is Holden Strong. Um, his name is Holden, Holden, and it's heart wrenching, but it's so heartwarming to see all of his wishes getting granted and all the different little things that he's getting to do. Um, but it's there, and it's always in the background that it's so sad, and thinking about what the parents are going through, and making that decision. It's pretty rough. But there's this other little kid, who seems to be right now, and they say it's crazy that it comes and goes. It's doing better, and his name is Vincent, and his hashtag is Vincent the Conqueror, and you can find him like on like all the major platforms like Facebook. He's got a page. It may be, and if you search that hashtag, it'll come up wherever it is, wherever you want to look at it. And I'm sure he has a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, maybe even a YouTube page. I'm not positive, but this little boy, um, well, I can tell you a little bit more about him. This is coming from their page, and this will give you a good idea of what's going on with him, and how it kind of took me in, and got me interested in wanting to do something to try to help. At 3 months old, Vincent developed a slight head tilt, and they thought it was something else, but they didn't really feel like that was the right diagnosis. So they went and discussed it at his 4 month well checkup. The pediatrician became concerned about the rate which his head was growing, and they used a neurologist at CHOP, which I believe is, I'm not sure, but that's a hospital, that same day. Well, once that happened, things started to move very fast for little Vincent. He had an emergency MRI, and the results ripped their lives apart in the blink of an eye. Vincent had two brain tumors. One was 9 centimeters in his right atrium, and the other was smaller near the brainstem and unfortunately inoperable.
Man.
So the next morning, he underwent a 9.5 hour brain surgery to debulk the tumor and reduce the fluid pressure on his brain. And he was diagnosed with ATRT. I'm going to mess this name up, but I'm going to try to say it.
I'm
Atypical, what?
I was gonna say I'm excited to hear you try it.
Yes, thanks. I appreciate that. Atypical teratoid rub. Oh God, it's ATRT. That's what we're going to go with.
Just look it up.
Yeah, it's a rare and aggressive form of brain cancer with, unfortunately, extremely poor diagnosis.
Man.
Um, but that's basically the beginning. And so now we'll skip ahead. He's had several chemo, several issues. He's recovered from most of them. He's had a uh, stem cell transplant. Let's go on. But now I believe he is three and a half. I'm going to try to make sure that's correct here. I believe he's 2 or 3. He's a very young kid. But they put up videos of him, and people are really generous to help him out. He's got a sister. I've learned that a little bit older. I think she's 10 or 11ish, which is about the same age as my daughter.
Yeah.
And so seeing them go through it, it's just, I can't imagine how horrific this is. It's crazy. I've been following them day by day, and they have to get scans like so often. And they talk about something called scanxiety, where they have this the parents have this ridiculous amount of anxiety depending on how the scan comes out. So when the scan comes up, their lives could be ripped apart. The tumor could come back. It could be larger. It could have not been responding that whole time. Or the good news is sometimes the tumor does respond. Sometimes they make progress. But the last treatment I saw, um, for Vincent in particularly, the last scan, came back overall good, but they also explain with a good scan, it's never 100% good. It's never, oh, you're healed and you're on your way to no problems at all.
We're going to scan, and we want to give you good news, but we don't want to give you good news.
Right.
Don't
And
want
he
to
had,
get your hopes up too much.
I believe, from the surgery in his brain, he had developed something called hemiplegia, which is it affects half of his body, like either the left side or the right side. On him, I believe it affects his left side. And with it affecting his left side, he doesn't have much movement at all. And the prognosis for that was not very good at all. But the miracle now is they've seen that he's been able to make a little bit of progress of moving his left leg and being able to move some on that side of his body. Not the normal movement he has on the other side, which is it's so adorable. When he gets in the floor, he'll play and dance around, and he'll go around in circles, pushing or pulling with his right arm and right leg. And it's really sweet. It's really cute. He's got the biggest personality I've ever seen in a kid that size. One of my absolute favorite videos of any TikTok videos is he's got like a little hairbrush, and they're asking him to brush his hair, and he puts it on his head, and he's like making some noises, and then he holds it up to his face, and they said, "Oh, you're going to brush your teeth?" And so he acts like he's going to put the hairbrush up to his teeth, and then he laughs and gets this big smile on his face, like, "Ha, no, I'm not going to put a hairbrush in my mouth."
Right.
It was just really flipping adorable. So I've done a little bit. I've bought some of their shirts and stuff. 100% not a scam. 100% awesome people. Um, all I'm asking is just take a look. Go take a look at that hashtag. Hashtag Vincent the Conqueror, and look him up. And if I think you're going to fall in love with this little kid like I did, and you're going to want to help out. I've bought a couple sweatshirts and T-shirts, and somebody that likes them has wrote a book that's available at Amazon for it's talking about Vincent and the daughter, because they say it's just as hard, although the daughter isn't going through this, through the cancer, she's still going through everything, her parents being taken away, her little brother being, treated and manipulated and having to take all this chemotherapy and get these scans and go to the doctors and go to specialists. Just really wish, if I could have one wish, I wish I could heal childhood cancer. But the people, the parents of Vincent, are really open and honest about talking about how they deal with stuff, and they try to help other people. And I think it's just kind of what's right with the world, the way they are reacting to this. They always try to help out other kids. Yesterday, they listed another little girl that needed a bone marrow transplant that they haven't been able to find a donor. So if you just take a look, search Vincent the Conqueror. Look him up. He's the cutest little boy. He'll melt your heart. And I believe, if you believe in prayer, I do. I pray for the little boy, and I pray for all these little kids that have cancer. So if you can, if you got a minute, just take a look, see what you think. And his videos are really entertaining. If you can help out in some way, that would be fantastic. Right, Josh?
That's right, brother. That's right.
Have I made you want to look him up? I know you haven't seen this.
No, I haven't seen it. I'm not a TikTok person, but I've got the other means, the book and
Yeah.
I can look him up on YouTube. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take a look.
look him up on Facebook. It tells his whole story. And it probably has a lot of the same videos and stuff, even if you don't have all the platforms. If you've got Instagram, I believe, I know there's an Instagram page, I know there's a Facebook page, and I know there's a TikTok page. So really good, really little boy, really cute, sweet little boy. And having, if you've ever had kids and, that thought has crossed your mind, probably that if something like this happened to them, you just want all the support that you could get. And I support these people. I really, really pray hard for Vincent's miracle, and I think it'll come. Uh, People say I'm crazy because there's not a good prognosis, but I really believe that the power of people getting together and having good thoughts and good vibes and positive energy and positive prayers, that anything can happen.
Oh yeah.
But that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Hey guys, thanks for listening, and we really hope you'll check out Vincent the Conqueror's hashtag. Great little guy. We also want to tell you that you can see us. No, you can't see us. You can listen to us anytime you want on most major podcast platforms. We are Two Lockable Guys. I'm Steve, and my co-host is
Josh.
and we like you, and we hope you like us too.